That Will Klein's heroics in Game 3, extra innings. He was a beast out of the Dodger bullpen and saved the day for Dodger Blue. Joins us from Camelback Ranch as baseball is back. We continue our live coverage today on Hot Stove. Will, good morning. We know who you are now, dude. You're not in camp as an anonymous guy who wears a number in the 60s. How does camp feel differently this year as opposed to last season?
Yeah, thank you guys for having me on. Yeah, it's certainly a little bit more fun coming into spring as a World Series champion. You know, it makes you, you kind of get the taste for it. So you want to, go do another one, and it's addictive, winning. And so just like having that mindset now, like it's like we're just gonna go win another one. It kind of feels like exciting. So that's certainly like a new feeling for me. Like there's kind of like the buzz around like coming off of that, and obviously the guys that won it 2 years ago. So just like there's like an energy and a little bit of a buzz and vibe that I'm not used to from all that. So that's cool. And then just excited to run it back with these guys.
Will, did they change your number from 61? And if so, what are you wearing?
No, I think I'm gonna stick with it. It worked last year, so I can't change it until it stops working.
So what's different for you coming into camp? Obviously, the World Series and all the stuff Matt talked about, but personally, what's your goals and what have you looked at differently heading into camp this year?
Yeah, I really just want to kind of build off the steam from the last part of the season. Then obviously, like the World Series, like doing that kind of gives me a little bit of a confidence that I didn't necessarily have before, and so hopefully I can just keep the steam rolling and build that into a really good year this year. And it was nice to get like an off season to kind of like sit back and reflect on that, and some things that I need to clean up and that I've worked on this off season, just especially with like the new sweeper and stuff like that. And so having an off season with some of that after last year and kind of just a little extra confidence in certain pitches is it feels pretty good right now. Just all of that kind of coming together pretty well, and I'm excited to keep that going.
Will, take me back to that night, that 18-inning game. What were you thinking in the moment? Because we were just saying there was no one else to warm up. Did you know that you were going to go past? If Freddie hadn't hit that, were you going to go further? What was your conversation like? I have so many questions. And also, how many times still, February, do you think of that moment a day, a week?
Yeah, I mean, running out there, like knowing you're the last guy, it was kind of a cool feeling knowing it kind of like relied on you. It just gives you like the little extra like giddy up in adrenaline, like if I'm not going to let us lose this game, it kind of just spurs you forward a little bit more. But I kept coming out like hoping we would score, but every time they're like, just keep going. I was like, all right, I'll keep going, I'll go throw another one. But then after I came in that fourth one, they're like, you're done. I was like, I know we don't have anyone else out there, like who's going in. And they say Yam, and I turn down there, and like the guy's like full go off the bullpen, a day removed from a complete game, and I was just like, "There's no way! Like, please win it now." And Freddie does things that Freddie does, and we got this save Yama for back later on. Luckily, so who knows how it ends if he doesn't do that. But yeah, I was pretty gassed after 4, but I would have kept going if they needed it. And then they said Yama was gone. I was like, oh my god, this guy is built different, and then. Obviously a couple of days later he showed us that he was really built different. So that was really cool. And I feel like every day, like when I'm on Instagram or Twitter, I see like some different like clips of it that I'll watch it if it's on my screen, but I don't like go like watch the full game. I like to let it like be. But if I see it, like especially like just all the World Series highlights, because there's always stuff I forget that happened. So I like to go back and like just watch the whole series, like snippets, and so it's kind of cool getting to relive that a little bit.
Yeah. Spoiler alert: set aside a lot of time if you're going to watch back that entire game, as I think you recall vividly. Hey, Will, we appreciate the visit today. Congrats on your success. Happy for you, and you've got a place in that bullpen moving forward. It's an awesome story. Enjoy the rest of King of the MLB Awards in Las Vegas. Great to have Roy with us at the shop. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Now, I saw you talking earlier about your top 10 logos, and I was getting ready to make my way over here. And I decided to put on the logo that I felt was a snub out of your top 10.
Agreed. It was a
Was
snub.
the old school. It's too many to choose. I understand. I'm not here to attack. But this was like the one team. You know, you have your team, and you're like, but if I could root for another team, it'd be that team. For me, it was the Expos in the 90s.
But you're a Cubs fan.
Yeah, I grew up Cubs, but I really loved watching Tim Raines. I just really loved Tim Raines and Marquise Grissom before he got to Atlanta. Yeah, I mean, they were a great squad. But it took me a while to learn that I don't speak French. Les experts de baseball, Montreal. Apparently, this is an M, the white and the blue.
What's the patch on the right side, the All-Star patch?
Ask me about nothing on this jacket.
You're just wearing it.
I got it from
Where's the
MLB
Cubs
stuff.
robe?
That's nice.
Because last time you were wearing a Cubs robe, and you said it was because you were inspired by what was about to go down on the north side of Chicago. Are you not? Are you uninspired this year?
No, I'm very inspired this year. I just wore this to argue with Matt. Like, I still think the Cubs have a really good shot. When you look at us, how far they got, you know, to go to, I think, was it 5 with the Brewers? It wasn't 7. It was a 5-game series.
Yep.
You put Horton back in the mix. If we'd had Steele back in the mix earlier in the year, I think that you have an opportunity. I think Bregman gives us a chance. I think we're deep in the bench. I think that the Shaw, I'm not crazy about the trade rumors for Nico.
I was going to ask you what you thought about Nico Horner being in the news all the time.
But that's what they say. They say it's going to come down to either Nico or Shaw being your everyday at second. So, you know, I don't know, but I think we have as good a chance as anybody else in the Central.
Hey, you know, while we're talking about Chicago baseball and you being a Cubs fan, I try to describe to people the difference between the White Sox culture and the Cubs culture, the White Sox fan and the Cubs fan. From where you sit, how would you make that distinguish?
Let me first explain to all the people in Chicago. I became a Cubs fan because my dad used to do a radio show with Ernie Banks. So I was baptized into North Side culture because of that.
Okay.
What I've noticed is that North Side is more of a party. South Side is more blue collar. We're here to work. This team is where I'm here to grab a beer and just kind of kick back. And it's like the working man's team, the White Sox, versus the kind of party good time team. Because, you know, I'll say this much. When the Cubs are bad in Chicago, I don't think people care as much as they do when the White Sox are bad. When the White Sox are bad, it seems to be much more of a, hey, y'all got to fix this, get it together, what's going on? This team brings me happiness. Please change something.
That's pretty good.
Please sign someone from another country. As they did this year.
They did. How about Wrigleyville, what they've done there? The transformation of that place from when you were a kid going to games to an adult now.
Well, you know, baseball as a whole back in the day, you just go to the stadium and go sit down. You don't do a lap around and enjoy the atmosphere and the fake grass and all of that. I remember going to Fulton County to see the Braves. Like, this is Deion Sanders era, $5 obstructed view, and you just go in the stadium. There was nothing else around there. But I mean, the fan experience at Wrigley to me is top notch. I will put it neck and neck with Kansas City.
Love Kansas. I love the feel there.
Wait, isn't baseball how you started telling jokes? Weren't you just talking trash to the umpire, and that's how it came to be?
Yeah, I was terrible. You can say it.
Okay, I'll say it. I'll say it. I wasn't going to say it, but now I'm
nice,
saying it.
And I
You said
appreciate it because you care about my feelings.
I do.
I was a
And I like
terrible
your
player, so I never played. So I heckled. My job was to heckle. My job in high school was I spent all day in home ec writing heckles against other teams, and then the job was to get the umpire to call timeout. If you got the umpire to laugh and he called timeout, that's like a standing ovation.
Right, everyone has a role. That was yours.
Yeah, that was mine. You can get the parents to laugh. You can get everybody to laugh.
So what do you think of the MLB standoff, where the players stand there and they stare at each other
after the anthem?
Yeah, they're not going to leave.
Maybe. Have you seen this new game they have online where two players, it's like the Oklahoma drill in football, but there's no football helmet, and two dudes just run at each other and collide?
Playing chicken?
Yeah, you run full string. You should do that after the anthem. I don't know what the reward should be, but just run. I don't even know what to call it. It's something I've just discovered. It's almost as crazy as the slap off where people slap each other. Is that the real trophy, or is that like
this is the real one?
And Harold is making us all nervous.
The table is
with
on
the
a flat
leaning.
flag. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I've been watching the Olympics and the trophies fall apart. This one's real.
This reminds me of the SNL episode when Eddie Murphy was dressed as Bishop Desmond Tutu and he dropped the Heisman Trophy. Do you remember that one?
No.
This is
Okay,
the
sorry, bad
fourth reference in
If
2 days.
Roy doesn't know it,
Thank you.
then
But
Matt's
I do
way.
know who Dom DeLuise is.
Thank you.
Thanks, Roy.
Thank
What
you.
side are you on?
And Roy, is there
Gosh.
we've been talking a little bit about the Dodgers today because that's a top storyline as baseball's back trying
behemoth.
for the three-peat. Like, they're such a beast. They're such a gargantuan mountain. Is there a stand-up comedy equivalent to what the Dodgers have put together? Like, who represents the pinnacle of that
The
sport?
Dodgers would be the equivalent of the Eddie Murphy classic Harlem Nights,
Ooh.
which had Richard Pryor, it had Red Fox, it had Della Reese, it had Arsenio Hall, it had Miguel Nunez, like just a nonstop
everybody.
cavalcade, just beast of comedians, just all lined up and just nailing their lines and roles. Coming to America, maybe, but it's not the same to me because it was a lot of great theatrical, traditional actors being funny. Whereas Harlem Night this is just straight up stand-up comedians.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
people that
How
are from
much
that
in
group.
Harlem Nights do you think was off script?
Ooh, I'd say probably 80% of that.
Wow.
It had to be.
Yeah.
Like that was a really good film, man. I think the Dodgers, yeah, they've signed a bunch of people, but at the end of the day, it still comes down to who's hot and who has momentum at any particular time
right.
in the season. I think they are beatable. It's hard, but I mean, you get to October, man.
So
You go
there's a
either way.
method in my madness here. In baseball, like we're scripting games out. This guy's going to have the third inning. He's going to have the sixth inning. You know, they try to script it, but you got to go off script a lot of times. So with your show on CNN or whatever show or even a comedy show you might be doing, how often do you go off script and what leads you off?
Ooh, you got to follow whatever's funny, like you follow the hot hand. It's like when you pinch hit for somebody, you have no reason to pinch hit for this person, but you just got a feeling, and that's how you follow it. I'm excited for the season. I just hope that the players this year can learn from watching the Olympics on how to perform at their optimum level this year, or at least for the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the guy. I don't remember the event, but there's a guy who got a bronze medal, and he said he would have got gold if he hadn't have cheated on his girlfriend, and he confessed at the medal ceremony. He
He
confessed.
wanted her back, Roy. That's love.
Yeah, but he said the weight of the guilt of cheating on her is why he couldn't perform at his optimum.
Did this happen
Yes, this happened the other day.
I can see Matt's head.
It's the
brain
ski
just
and the
turning.
rifle thing.
Bro, we got to get the PR guy to sit down with
But
that dude.
here's the thing. He confesses and says, I got bronze because I cheated. I go, no, sir, you got bronze because you cheated. And if you'd have cheated more, you'd have got gold.
Oh, my God. Can I get out of here? Can
Poor
I leave?
Lauren. Poor Lauren. She's not ready for that kind of thing.
I'm not saying all the time. I'm just saying.
You know what? She didn't want him anyways. He got bronze.
Roy, we appreciate you being here, man. What's coming down the line for you? You're always really busy. Where can we find
You
you?
know what, man? I'm just working hard. CNN, have I got news for you on Saturday nights, and we just crack jokes about what's going on as best we can. And I'm pretty sure, I don't want to speak out of turn, but I'm pretty sure we'll be cooking again this year with Ken Griffey Jr. in the Swingman Classic and doing some stuff around the black colleges this year again.
Cool.
You know, we were dope to be able to do a lot of stuff with T-Mobile last year.
You did a lot of
to
stuff
get-
with the college coaches. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it was a good time. So I mean, you'll see more of me on the network.
The more
for sure
you, the
going
better
into
around
April.
our game. We appreciate you.